Ladies and gentlemen, today we embark on a journey that has the power to transform your finances, your career, and your life. And like any successful journey, it begins with a map, a blueprint. Financial growth is not an accident. It is the result of deliberate thought, consistent action, and unwavering discipline. There is a formula, a predictable, repeatable process that anyone can follow, regardless of where you start. Clarity is the starting point of all financial success. Without a clear destination, even the best strategy will leave you wandering in circles. If you don't know exactly what you want, how will you know when you've achieved it? Most people struggle financially, not because they lack intelligence or ambition, but because they haven't taken the time to define precisely what financial success looks like for them. Clarity brings focus, and focus drives action. When your goals are vague, your results are vague. But when your goals are specific, measurable, and time-bound, your subconscious mind activates and begins working with you to bring those goals to life. It all begins with asking yourself the right questions. What do I want to earn this year? What kind of lifestyle do I want to live? How much do I want saved or invested in 5 years? What kind of legacy do I want to build for my family? The clearer your answers, the more your mind can work like a heat-seeking missile, adjusting course but never losing sight of the target. Financial clarity is not just about having more money, it's about knowing why you want more and what it means for your quality of life, your freedom, and your purpose. One of the most powerful exercises you can do is write your financial goals down, in the present tense, as if they're already real. I earn $150,000 per year doing work I love. I save 20% of my income and invest it wisely. I am completely debt-free and financially independent by age 40. When you write your goals in this way, you activate the part of your brain responsible for filtering information and spotting opportunities. It's called the reticular activating system, and it begins to notice people, resources, and ideas that are aligned with your goals. Clarity brings confidence. When you know exactly what you're aiming for, you stop second-guessing yourself. You're no longer distracted by every shiny object or get-rich-quick scheme that crosses your path. You become strategic in your decisions. You spend money more wisely. You choose your investments, your career moves, and your relationships with intentionality. Instead of reacting to life, you begin directing it. You become the architect, not just the occupant, of your financial future. With clarity also comes energy. Unclear goals drain your motivation because they offer no sense of progress. But when you define what success looks like and break it into tangible milestones, every small win fuels your drive. You begin to build momentum. And momentum is the secret ingredient in achieving anything great. It makes action feel effortless because you're no longer fighting resistance. You're flowing with direction. Financial clarity also brings alignment. When you know what matters most, your daily habits begin to line up with your long-term vision. You start spending less on what doesn't serve you. You cut back on wasted time and focus more on learning, growing, and earning. Your values and your behaviors move in harmony, and that creates a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. You're not just chasing money, you're building meaning. Clarity also simplifies decision-making. Should you take that job? Should you start that business? Should you invest in that opportunity? If you know your financial goals, the answers become obvious. You evaluate options not based on emotion or urgency, but based on whether they move you closer to or further from your ideal financial future. Simplicity in decisions reduces stress, increases speed, and eliminates the noise that keeps most people stuck. Above all, clarity eliminates confusion. Most financial stress comes not from lack of money, but from lack of direction. When you don't know what you want, every problem feels bigger than it is. But when you are crystal clear on your vision, problems become puzzles, and puzzles can be solved. You gain a sense of control over your life. You wake up with purpose, you act with intention, and you begin to design a future you once thought was out of reach. Success is not a mystery. It leaves a trail. Every person who has achieved significant financial growth has followed certain principles, developed specific habits, and made intentional decisions. The fastest way to accelerate your own progress is to find someone who has already done what you want to do and model their behavior. When you model success, you cut years off your learning curve. You avoid costly mistakes. You borrow the wisdom of experience instead of learning everything the hard way. It's not about copying someone's life. It's about extracting their strategies and adapting them to your journey. The idea is simple. Find someone who is already living the financial life you aspire to. Study them. Observe how they think, how they act, how they spend their time. What books do they read? What routines do they follow? How do they handle failure? How do they manage their money, their mindset, and their relationships? Success is rarely accidental. It's engineered. When you look closely, you'll find patterns. You'll see that those who build wealth think differently from those who stay stuck. And once you start thinking like the successful, you'll begin acting like them and getting results like them. Mentorship is a powerful part of modeling. If you can, find someone who's willing to guide you. It doesn't always have to be a personal relationship. A mentor can be someone you follow online, someone whose books you read, someone whose seminars or courses you take seriously. The key is proximity, even if it's virtual. Being exposed to higher standards, elevated conversations, and goal-oriented thinking changes how you see yourself and what you believe is possible. You begin to stretch your vision because you're seeing what's achievable through the eyes of someone who's already done. Modeling success also requires humility. It means admitting that you don't have all the answers yet, and that's okay. It means being coachable, teachable, and willing to unlearn what no longer serves you. Pride has no place in personal growth. Those who grow the fastest are not the ones who think they know everything. They're the ones constantly asking, who can I learn from today? They don't try to reinvent the wheel. They just find the wheel that works and make it roll faster and more efficiently in their own life. Another essential aspect of modeling is environment. Surround yourself with people who are growing. When you consistently interact with individuals who are striving for more financially, mentally, emotionally, it rubs off on you. Their conversations challenge you. Their wins inspire you. Their discipline keeps you accountable. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You rise to the level of your environment. And when you place yourself in a room full of ambition, progress becomes your new normal. Even from a distance, you can model through biographies and case studies. Read the life stories of entrepreneurs, investors, and innovators. Learn what they struggled with. Understand the decisions they made during uncertainty. Success becomes far more relatable when you realize that even the most accomplished people once stood where you are now, uncertain, overwhelmed, and afraid, but they kept moving forward. They weren't perfect. They were persistent, and their persistence created patterns you can follow. One of the greatest benefits of modeling is clarity. When you see someone achieving what you want, you get a clearer picture of the steps required. It removes the guesswork. You don't need to figure everything out from scratch. You need to observe, replicate, and adapt. Of course, your path will be unique, but the principles are universal. Discipline, focus, learning, risk management, time control, and vision. These are the common denominators you'll find in anyone who's created lasting financial growth. Finally, modeling success creates belief. It proves to you that wealth is not reserved for a lucky few. It's not about privilege or perfect timing. It's about principle. When you can point to real people who came from humble beginnings, who faced the same fears you're facing now, and who still created wealth, you start to think, if they can do it, maybe I can too. That belief is the spark that ignites action, and action is what builds your future. Your greatest asset is not your job, your title, or even your bank account. It's your mind. Everything you achieve financially starts with how you think. That's why self-education is the cornerstone of long-term wealth. It's not the formal degrees or the certificates that build empires. It's the deliberate daily decision to grow your thinking, expand your knowledge, and sharpen your skills. The world is changing fast, and if you're not learning, you're falling behind. Knowledge is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Formal education may get you in the game, but self-education is what moves you forward. It's the books you read after college. It's the podcasts you listen to in your car. It's the seminars you attend on weekends. It's the courses you invest in, even when no one else is watching. You don't learn to build wealth by chance. You learn by design. Every successful person at some point made the decision to take full responsibility for their personal development. They stopped waiting for permission and started building themselves from the inside out. One of the most effective ways to self-educate is through consistent reading. Just one good book can shift your mindset, introduce you to a new strategy, or spark an idea that changes everything. Read biographies of successful people. Read books on financial planning, investing, leadership, negotiation, productivity, anything that expands your financial IQ and strengthens your ability to make smart decisions. When you read, you compress decades of someone else's experience into a few hours. That's leverage. Courses and online training are another powerful tool. Today, knowledge is more accessible than ever before. You can learn to invest, start a business, manage money, improve communication, or grow a brand, all from your laptop or phone. And the return on investment is unmatched. For the price of a dinner, you can gain insights that help you earn more for the rest of your life. When you prioritize learning over entertainment, everything in your life begins to shift. You stop reacting to circumstances and start creating them. Another key area of self-education is emotional mastery. It's not enough to know how to make money. You must also know how to manage stress, overcome fear, and stay focused under pressure. Learn how to control your thoughts and direct your emotions. Study habits, routines, and mental conditioning. The most successful people are not just intelligent, they are emotionally resilient. They keep going when others quit. They handle setbacks without losing momentum. That's not luck, that's inner training. Coaching and mentorship are advanced forms of self-education. When you invest in coaching, you're paying for speed. A good coach can see your blind spots, challenge your thinking, and guide you through the very barriers that used to hold you back. People often hesitate to invest in coaching or mentorship, but it's one of the smartest financial decisions you can make, because the right guidance can save you years of frustration and thousands of dollars in trial and error. Make learning a daily ritual. Just 30 minutes a day compounds over time into life-changing knowledge. If you read for 30 minutes a day, that's over 180 hours a year. That's more than enough time to become an expert in your industry, master a new financial strategy, or even develop a high-income skill. Self-education is not a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. The more you grow, the more your value increases in the marketplace. And the marketplace always rewards value. Self-education also builds confidence. The more you know, the more certain you become in your decision. You stop doubting yourself. You start walking into rooms with clarity. You communicate better. You negotiate more effectively. You recognize opportunity faster. Knowledge gives you an edge, not just intellectually, but energetically. People can sense when you've done the work. They trust you more, and when trust goes up, so do ideas are wonderful. Dreams are beautiful. Plans are important. But none of them mean a thing without action. Success doesn't respond to intention. It responds to execution. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't filled with more knowledge or better ideas. It's filled with daily, focused, consistent action. That's where progress is made. That's where character is built. And that's where financial breakthroughs begin to take shape. Not in what you think about doing, but in what you actually do. You don't need to take massive, earth-shattering steps every day. The power of consistent action lies in its compounding effect. A small improvement done daily becomes a massive transformation over time. If you commit to saving just a little more, learning just a bit further, reaching out to one more potential client, or making one better decision each day, it adds up. Consistency beats intensity. A single act done once makes a splash. A habit done daily creates a wave. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the most talented. They are the most consistent. They don't rely on motivation or mood to act. They rely on systems, routines, and personal standards. They get up early even when it's tough. They make the calls even when they don't feel like it. They write the plan, read the book, review the budget, practice the skill, not occasionally, but daily. That level of commitment compounds into unstoppable momentum. Action is what turns potential into performance. Without it, you can have all the vision, all the talent, and all the opportunity, and still go nowhere. Taking consistent action builds self-trust. When you tell yourself you're going to do something, and you do it, you begin to believe in yourself at a higher level. Your confidence grows. Not because of what you hope for, but because of what you've proven. You become someone who follows through, and that identity becomes the fuel for even greater accomplishments. Consistency also eliminates the pressure of perfection. Too many people wait for the perfect plan, the perfect time, or the perfect conditions before they begin. That delay is a trap. You don't need perfect, you need progress. Start where you are, use what you have, improve as you go. Every expert was once a beginner who chose to start. The road to wealth isn't paved with flawless steps. It's paved with persistent ones. It's not about getting everything right. It's about getting something done every single day. Consistent action also builds momentum. At first, it may feel slow. It may even feel like nothing is working. But just like a train takes time to pick up speed, so does your progress. Once you build enough forward motion, it becomes easier to keep going than to stop. Your habits lock in, your focus sharpens, your motivation becomes internalized. You stop needing external validation because the process itself becomes your reward. You're not chasing success, you're becoming it. Taking action also invites opportunity. Many people sit on the sidelines waiting for the right opportunity to appear, not realizing that opportunity often reveals itself after you begin. When you act, you meet new people, you face new challenges, and you discover new paths that weren't visible before. Doors open because you're moving. Life rewards movement. It's as if the universe leans in and says, "You're serious, now let's give you more to work with." And perhaps most importantly, consistent action helps you push through fear. Fear thrives in inaction. The longer you wait, the bigger the fear grows. But when you take that first step, however small, you weaken fear's grip. Confidence is not something you wait to feel before you act. It's something you earn by acting in spite of doubt. Every time you take action in the face of uncertainty, you build courage. And courage, practiced daily, becomes a habit, and habits shape your destiny. Time is your most valuable resource. Unlike money, you can't earn more of it. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. That's why every financially successful person eventually learns that mastering time is not optional, it's essential. The way you manage your time determines the quality of your life, the level of your income, and the speed at which you reach your goal. Wealth creation is not just about doing more, it's about doing the right things at the right time in the right way. The key to mastering time starts with priorities. You must know the difference between what's urgent and what's important. Many people spend their days reacting to distractions, emergencies, and low-value tasks, and then wonder why they're not moving forward. Successful individuals operate differently. They work from a plan, they set clear goals and schedule their top priorities into each day. They don't leave their results up to chance. They take control of their schedule and focus like a laser on what produces real outcomes. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is planning your day in advance. Every evening, take 10 minutes to write down your most important tasks for the next day. Rank them in order of value and impact. When you wake up, don't guess what you should be doing. Follow your plan. This simple discipline can double or even triple your productivity over time. It turns chaos into structure. It replaces anxiety with clarity. It ensures that you're always working toward your vision instead of being pulled in a dozen different directions. High achievers understand the 80-20 rule, that 80% of results come from 20. The trick is identifying that 20% in your life, the tasks, activities, and decisions that create the most value. If you're spending your energy on things that don't produce results, unnecessary meetings, endless scrolling, or busy work, you're giving away your future 1 hour at a time. But when you shift your focus to the highest impact activities, income-producing work, strategic thinking, relationship building, and skill development, everything begins to change. Another secret to time mastery is saying no. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something that matters. Successful people protect their time with intensity. They understand that every commitment has a cost. Every distraction has a price. You don't need to do more. You need to be ruthless about what you choose not to do. Protect your time like it's gold, because it is. And remember, not every opportunity is worth your attention. Some are detours dressed as progress. Technology can be a tool or a trap, depending on how you use it. Notifications, emails, texts, and endless apps can drain your time and energy before noon if you let them. Time masters don't let devices run their lives. They use technology intentionally. They set boundaries. They time block. They work in focused sprints. They create pockets of deep, uninterrupted work because they know that their best ideas and most valuable actions come from those quiet, focused hours where nothing else exists but the mission. Mastering time also requires mastering energy. It's not just about scheduling tasks. It's about aligning them with your peak performance hours. Pay attention to when you feel most alert, most focused, and most productive. For many people, it's early morning. For others, it's late at night. Schedule your most important work during those peak hours. Don't waste them on errands, emails, or distractions. Use them for creation, strategy, and decision-making. Guard your energy like a professional athlete guards their body, because your future depends on it. Ultimately, time mastery creates freedom. It allows you to design a life where your days are not ruled by stress or randomness, but by intentional progress. When you control your time, you control your income. When you control your income, you control your choices. And when you control your choices, you control your destiny. Time is the currency of achievement, and how you spend it is a direct reflection of how serious you are about success. Relying on a single source of income is like standing on one leg. It might hold for a while, but but it's unstable and vulnerable to collapse. The financially successful understand this fundamental truth. Wealth is not built on one paycheck, one job, or one business alone. It's built by creating multiple streams of income, steady, diverse flows of money that work together to create financial security, freedom, and upward momentum. When one stream slows down, the others keep flowing. This is not just smart, it's essential. The world is too unpredictable to depend solely on one income stream. A company can downsize, an industry can change overnight. A global event can freeze entire sectors. But when you have multiple income streams, whether from investments, side businesses, real estate, intellectual property, or digital products, you're no longer a hostage to one outcome. You're in control. You shift from surviving to thriving because you're no longer trading all your time for money. Your money is starting to work for you. The first step in creating multiple income streams is mastering your main source of income. Become excellent at what you currently do. Increase your value. Build a strong foundation. Use your current job or business as a launchpad, not a limitation. Once that income is stable, disciplined, and predictable, begin to direct a portion of it into building the next stream. Whether it's investing in the stock market, acquiring a rental property, or starting a side hustle based on your skills. One of the most accessible income streams today is through digital products or online businesses. If you have expertise in any area, marketing, finance, health, education, coaching, you can package that knowledge into an ebook, an online course, a YouTube channel, or a membership site. These assets, once created, can generate passive or recurring income for years to come. The internet has leveled the playing field. You don't need millions of followers or fancy credentials. You just need to offer value consistently. Another powerful stream is investing. Whether in stocks, index funds, real estate, or even dividend-paying companies, investing creates the kind of income that doesn't require your time once it's set up. This is where true financial leverage begins. Instead of working harder, you're making your money work harder. The earlier you start, the more powerful the compounding effect becomes. Even small amounts invested consistently can turn into substantial income over time, and it grows while you sleep. Don't overlook the value of building active income streams as well. This could mean consulting, freelancing, tutoring, or monetizing a hobby. These types of income may not be passive, but they are flexible and scalable. They allow you to take a skill or passion and turn it into cash flow. Over time, some of these ventures can evolve into systems and businesses that produce income without your daily involvement. The key is to start where you are, with what you know, and grow from there. One important principle is to diversify, but not dilute. Too many people try to build 5 income streams at once and end up with 5 half-built bridges to nowhere. Focus on mastering one stream at a time. Make it solid, make it scalable, and then use its success to fund the next. Each stream should strengthen your overall financial foundation, not distract from it. Clarity, discipline, and strategic action are what turn income streams into income rivers. Creating multiple income streams isn't just about money, it's about freedom. It gives you choices. It reduces stress. It creates options for your family, your future, and your legacy. It allows you to say no to things that no longer serve you, and yes to opportunities that align with your values. The wealthy don't wait for opportunity. They create it, one stream at a time, and once you experience the power of earning from multiple sources, you'll never go back to depending on just one. Relying on a single source of income is like standing on one leg. It might hold for a while, but it's unstable and vulnerable to collapse. The financially successful understand this fundamental truth. Wealth is not built on one paycheck, one job, or one business alone. It's built by creating multiple streams of income, steady, diverse flows of money that work together to create financial security, freedom, and upward momentum. When one stream slows down, the others keep flowing. This is not just smart, it's essential. The world is too unpredictable to depend solely on one income stream. A company can downsize. An industry can change overnight. A global event can freeze entire sectors. But when you have multiple income streams, whether from investments, side businesses, real estate, intellectual property, or digital products, you're no longer a hostage to one outcome. You're in control. You shift from surviving to thriving because you're no longer trading all your time for money. Your money is starting to work for you. The first step in creating multiple income streams is mastering your main source of income. Become excellent at what you currently do. Increase your value. Build a strong foundation. Use your current job or business as a launchpad, not a limitation. Once that income is stable, disciplined, and predictable, begin to direct a portion of it into building the next stream, whether it's investing in the stock market, acquiring a rental property, or starting a side hustle based on your skills. One of the most accessible income streams today is through digital products or online businesses. If you have expertise in any area, marketing, finance, health, education, coaching, you can package that knowledge into an ebook, an online course, a YouTube channel, or a membership site. These assets, once created, can generate passive or recurring income for years to come. The internet has leveled the playing field. You don't need millions of followers or fancy credentials. You just need to offer value consistently. Another powerful stream is investing. Whether in stocks, index funds, real estate, or even dividend-paying companies, investing creates the kind of income that doesn't require your time once it's set up. This is where true financial leverage begins. Instead of working harder, you're making your money work harder. The earlier you start, the more powerful the compounding effect becomes. Even small amounts invested consistently can turn into substantial income over time, and it grows while you sleep. Don't overlook the value of building active income streams as well. This could mean consulting, freelancing, tutoring, or monetizing a hobby. These types of income may not be passive, but they are flexible and scalable. They allow you to take a skill or passion and turn it into cash flow. Over time, some of these ventures can evolve into systems and businesses that produce income without your daily involvement. The key is to start where you are, with what you know, and grow from there. One important principle is to diversify, but not dilute. Too many people try to build 5 income streams at once and end up with 5 half-built bridges to nowhere. Focus on mastering one stream at a time. Make it solid, make it salable, and then use its success to fund the next. Each stream should strengthen your overall financial foundation, not distract from it. Clarity, discipline, and strategic action are what turn income streams into income rivers. Creating multiple income streams isn't just about money, it's about freedom. It gives you choices. It reduces stress. It creates options for your family, your future, and your legacy. It allows you to say no to things that no longer serve you, and yes to opportunities that align with your values. The wealthy don't wait for opportunity, they create it, one stream at a time. And once you experience the power of earning from multiple sources, you'll never go back to depending on just one. As you embark on this journey toward financial success, remember that it's not about quick wins or shortcuts. It's about applying consistent, focused effort day after day. It's about building habits that support your dreams, surrounding yourself with people who elevate you, and committing to a plan that aligns with your values. The road to wealth is not always easy, but it's always possible for those who are willing to take deliberate, purposeful action. The principles we've discussed today are the same principles that have transformed ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. They have created empires, changed lives, and built legacies that will last for generations. And the good news is you don't have to wait. You have everything you need to start right now. The only question that remains is, what are you willing to do today to make tomorrow better? The power is in your hands. You are the architect of your own success. Take control of your financial future, track your progress, develop your skills, and never stop growing. With the right mindset, strategy, and consistent action, you can achieve everything you set your heart and mind to. So step forward with confidence. Start and make your financial dreams a reality. What gets measured gets improved. You cannot grow what you do not track. One of the greatest mistakes people make in their journey to financial success is working hard without paying attention to their results. They hustle, they strive, they stay busy, but they don't stop to ask the most important question: is this working? Progress is not just about effort, it's about direction. And the only way to know if you're moving in the right direction is to measure your progress with accuracy and consistency. Imagine driving to a destination without a map, a GPS, or road signs. You could be headed in the completely wrong direction and never know it until you're out of gas and out of time. That's how most people operate in their finances and career. They go through the motions, hope for the best, and wait for success to happen. But high performers, the ones who grow consistently, measure, they review, they analyze, they track their income, expenses, habits, and results, because they know clarity leads to power. Start with your financial numbers. Know exactly how much you earn, how much you spend, how much you save, and how much you invest every single month. Break it down into categories. Get specific. The more clearly you see your numbers, the more control you'll have over your financial future. Tracking your money gives you the ability to redirect it, optimize it, and ultimately multiply it. Without tracking, your finances are reactive. With tracking, they become strategic. Beyond finances, track your key habits and behavior. How many hours do you spend on income-producing activities each day? How many books do you read each month? How often do you invest in your skills or network with growth-minded individuals? Success is the result of repeated actions, not one-time effort. When you track your habits, you start to see patterns, and once you spot a pattern, you can adjust it, improve it, and turn it into a powerful advantage. Measurement also creates accountability. When you track your progress, whether it's a financial goal, a business target, or a personal milestone, you create a sense of responsibility. You can no longer hide behind vague efforts or hopeful intentions. The numbers tell the truth. And that truth, while sometimes uncomfortable, is incredibly freeing. It allows you to make smarter decisions. It helps you eliminate what's not working, and it reinforces the things that are moving you forward. Another benefit of measurement is motivation. When you track your progress and begin to see even the smallest results, your savings going up, your debt going down, your revenue increasing, or your habits getting stronger, it fuels your momentum. You feel encouraged, empowered, and excited. Progress becomes addictive. You're no longer guessing or hoping, you're seeing the results in real time. That feedback loop keeps you focused, especially on the days when motivation feels low. Reviewing your metrics regularly is just as important as tracking them. Set a weekly review session with yourself. Look at your goals. Check your numbers. Ask yourself what worked, what didn't, what can I improve. This reflection process helps you make smarter adjustments and stay on course. Most people don't fail because they lack effort. They fail because they never pause to reflect. A 5-minute review each week can save you years of wasted time going in the wrong direction. Lastly, remember this: Tracking is not about perfection, it's about awareness. You won't always hit every goal. You'll have weeks where you fall short or miss the mark. That's okay. What matters is that you're paying attention. You're engaged with the process. You're treating your growth seriously. When you begin to track and measure like a true professional, you stop treating your financial future like a lottery ticket and start managing it like a business.